Backyard sky is the shit.
What's up, everybody? Backyard sky!
Let the future tell the truth, and evaluate each one according to his work and accomplishments. The present is theirs. The future, for which I have really worked, is mine. Be alone. That is the secret of invention. Be alone. That is when ideas are born. Most persons are so absorbed in the contemplation of the outside world that they are wholly oblivious to what is passing on within themselves. My brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. All that was great in the past was ridiculed, condemned, combated, suppressed, only to emerge all the more powerfully, all the more triumphantly from the struggle. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. I am credited with being one of the hardest workers, and perhaps I am, if thought is the equivalent of labor, for I have devoted to it almost all of my waking hours. But if work is interpreted to be a definite performance in a specified time, according to a rigid rule, then I may be the worst of idlers. I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own. Life is and will ever remain an equation incapable of solution, but it contains certain known factors. What we now want is closer contact and better understanding between individuals and communities all over the earth, and the elimination of egoism and pride, which is always prone to plunge the world into primeval barbarism and strife. Peace can only come as a natural consequence of universal enlightenment. If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. So astounding are the facts in this connection that it would seem as though the Creator himself had electrically designed this planet. I do not think there is any thrill that can go through the human heart like that felt by the inventor as he sees some creation of the brain unfolding to success. Such emotions make a man forget food, sleep, friends, love, everything. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe.
So, for example, a number such as 12 would be reduced to 3 by adding 1 plus 2. The number 10 would be reduced to 1 by adding 1 plus 0. The number 99, for example, would be reduced by adding 9 plus 9, making 18, and further reduced by adding 1 plus 8, giving us 9. Understanding this principle, let us now apply this number 1 through 9 to a circle, a concept that was made famous in modern times by a gentleman named Marco Rodin, but which, as I said earlier, is actually very ancient. Notice the lines in the center, which resemble the Volkswagen logo, and the special relationship between 3, 6, and 9, which we will get into later. Let us start with the number 1. When we double the number 1, we get the number 2, which is connected here with a line. When we double the number 2, we get the number 4. When we double the number 4, we get the number 8. Doubling the number 8 gives us 16. And since 16 is a double digit, we reduce it by adding 1 and 6, giving us the number 7, which as you can see is connected to the number 8 by a line. Doubling 16, we get the number 32. And after reducing 32 by adding the 3 and the 2, we get 5, which is the next number connected to the 7. When we double 32, we get 64. We then reduce that by adding the 6 and the 4, which gives us 10. So we reduce that by adding the 1 and the 0, leaving us with 1. And we're back where we started. So there's a parallel between 64 and 1 when it becomes whole again, or a single unit. This is why 64 is the complete cycle for the Mayan calendar or the I Ching. Also, there are 64 possible patterns for a codon in DNA. This doubling, or geometric progression, is commonly found in nature and was understood by the ancients. Now, if we go backwards, meaning reduce the number 1 by half, we would get 0.5, which translates to 5. If we reduce 0.5 in half, we get 0.25. And after adding the 2 and 5, it leaves us with 7. Reducing 0.25 in half gives us 0.125. And adding 1 plus 2 plus 5 gives us 8. Reducing 0.125 in half gives us 0.0625. And adding 0 plus 6 plus 2 plus 5 leaves us with 13. And adding 1 and 3 gives us the number 4. Half of 0.0625 is 0.03125. And adding 0 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 5 gives us 11. Reducing 11 by adding 1 plus 1 leaves us with the number 2. And finally, half of 0.03125 is 0.015625. And 0 plus 1 plus 5 plus 6 plus 2 plus 5 equals 19. 1 plus 9 equals 10. And 1 plus 0 gets us right back to 1 and where we started. This cycle of doubling each number or reducing each number by half works with any variation of the number you start with. So for example, if you start with 100 instead of 1 and reduce it in half or double it and follow the procedure we just did, you will find it works out perfectly. You may have also noticed that the pattern skipped the numbers 3, 6, and 9, the numbers that Nikola Tesla said were the key to the universe. When the number 3 is doubled, we get the number 6. When 6 is doubled, we get 12. And 1 plus 2 is 3. 12 doubled becomes 24. And 2 plus 4 is 6. 24 doubled is 48. And 4 plus 8 is 12, with 1 plus 2 bringing us back to 3. 48 doubled is 96. And 9 plus 6 is 15, with 1 plus 5 giving us 6. So no matter how often you double the 3 and the 6, or half them, you will find the oscillating back and forth between each other. Half of 6 is 3, half of 3 is 1.5, and 1 plus 5 is 6. Any variation will work. Half of 30 is 15, and again, 1 plus 5 gives us 6. So there's a very special relationship between 3 and 6, a back and forth cycle which none of the other numbers share. This finally brings us to the number 9, which is also sacred in Taoism, and we will now see why. What happens when we double the number 9? 9 becomes 18, and 1 plus 8 is 9. 18 doubled is 36, and 3 plus 6 is 9. 36 doubled is 72, and 7 plus 2 is 9. This goes on indefinitely. What happens when we half 9? Half of 9 is 4.5, and 4 plus 5 equals 9. Half of 4.5 is 2.25, and 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. So 9 is very unique, and while all the numbers are special in their own respect, 9 is the only one with this property, and why it is the center, forming the axis in the middle. This is further illustrated when we look at each set of numbers on each side of the circle equaling 9. 8 plus 1 is 9. 7 plus 2 is 9. 6 plus 3 is 9. And 5 plus 4 is 9. So 9 is in the middle. It separates and polarizes the numbers, turning the other numbers into a sort of mirror image, or right and left, or a positive and negative. Two sides of a coin, so to speak, two halves of a whole. Now, when we take away the trinity of 3, 6, and 9, we are left with 6 numbers: the 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5. And esoterically speaking, these 6 make up the physical world of creation, the pattern that is repeated in physicality, the underlying geometry of the material world, which is essentially hexagonal, and this can be seen in nature, such as in the formation of crystals or in snowflakes. 3, 6, and 9 seem to transcend the physical and are therefore considered part of the higher world, which give them special applications in terms of physics and even religion or spirituality.